Everything is a lot easier to do when you've had a very good meal. Hello my beautiful YouTube friends. Today I am here to review A Calm Before Storm. This is the third graphic novel in the Derrick Storm Marvel graphic novel series. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I will show you what the first and the second book look like, but I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail over them as I have done separate reviews for them. This is the first one. It is called Deadly Storm. And the second one is Storm Season. Now, these are really well done graphic novels. The only downside I have to state is the fact that they have had a new artist for each one of the books. And with this one, I was a little nervous because I didn't actually like this cover art whatsoever. It didn't really work with the first two covers, but after reading the first number of pages in the book, I just fell in love with the artist's work. The story picks up later on in Derrick's life. He has actually sold his business and he owns a yacht, and his dad is going to be coming and visiting him in the morning. And what takes place is in the morning, before Derrick's father arrives, he finds a head without the body in a bag tossed into the river near his yacht. So of course Derrick's involved in this, and it also is connected to a guy named The Fear, which, if that doesn't sound sinister, I don't know what does. But I really enjoyed this. I thought that the artwork, first off, was very well done. It really captured what was going on well, and it was really interesting, especially when the characters would walk into a room. Just needing to pause as a reader. There was so much detail. Not overly detailed, but just enough to make you curious as to what is going on in this room. Now, there are things going on in this world where you're kind of thinking the same thing as the TV show Castle. And you see the parallels. First off, Derrick and Claire's relationship is very much like Castle and Beckett's. You just get that same vibe. And I really thought that it went well in this story because of the fact that Richard Castle wrote this fictional story, supposedly, and it just makes you feel like this was written by him because you see how he interacts with Beckett. And I have not read the Nikki Heat series, but I can tell you that I feel like that is going to involve quite a bit of the typical Castle-Beckett relationship. The other thing is that there is a parallel to Castle, the TV show, and it is called Palace. Now, if you guys look at this artwork here, does it not just scream Castle at you? Look at how the writing for Palace is, and then when you look at Castle, and then when you look at Palace up here in the corner and his female cop partner, you end up thinking automatically Castle, Beckett, handcuffs, sitting in chairs. Does it not just give that vibe? And I really enjoyed that. Overall, the artwork in this book is very well done. It's not defined, which I actually really enjoyed. It's not outlined as well. It just feels very much like the world. You don't really look at things precisely and look for the details automatically. You just kind of scan over it. And that's really the feeling you get with the art in this. Now, one thing with regards to this book that is different from the first two is the fact that there are chapter pages where they have a full page illustration with the number for the chapter. And it does give you those little breaks, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of my favorites, not because of what is taking place in the scene, but because of the colors used, number 5. Alright guys, I'm going to discuss a couple things that are a little more spoilery, so if you have not read A Calm Before Storm, I would probably discontinue this now. Alright guys, at the beginning when Carl Storm is having that dream where he shoots the woman, I was confused with what was going on until later on you find out that The Fear killed Amanda Storm, Derrick's mother. And I kind of started thinking back to what took place at the beginning of this, and it kind of made me think, is this just a dream, or is this him reliving shooting his wife? It's never really touched on. I'm kind of just going to go on the basis that the fear did kill Derrick's mother. Now, another scene in it was the fact that when they were in the room with the one person who worked for the fear, when they were asking him questions and basically interrogating him, and they then left Derrick in the room with him, I was thinking, bad idea. Bad idea. And then you find out that the one person that was set as Derrick's handler, his new one, she is working for the fear. And then you proceed to find out that the fear is dying, which I didn't see that coming. And then the fear goes and basically has a pacemaker implanted where if his heart stops, basically it's gonna blow up everybody else. What? What twisted, psycho, demented person does that? But then, again, it was really brilliant. I felt sorry for the people who were working for him because they basically all got killed and they all just felt so alone. At least the one girl did. Anyway, this book was brilliant from start to finish. I read it in one sitting. I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down. Mind you guys, the ending for it with the yacht and Derrick and Clara, that I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't expect for them to crash. That was hilarious. Again, I love the humor, the suspense, the action. It works so well, and Marvel is doing a marvelous job. I'm really looking forward to Unholy Storm. I thought that this was the final book based on the end of the story, but then I found out that they are releasing the fourth one later on in May, and I am so excited for it. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. These are just stunning additions, and I don't know what to expect for the art and the story, but it is Marvel, and I have enjoyed the first three, and I'm really looking forward to the furtherance of the story and the development of the characters that Marvel is going to do. If only I could get my hands on an early release of Unholy Storm. That would just make my day. Were any of you upset the fact that they didn't have another chapter of Richard Castle's story at the end of the book? Marvel, are you going to include chapter 2 in book 4? Because I'd really like chapter 2. I'd really like it. By the way, if you have not seen the cover art for book 4, go and look at the cover art. Anyway, guys, that is everything. I will see you next time. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read. Bye!